live. There we go. Excellent. Pardon the mess. I didn't get this set up as soon as I wanted to. Hopefully my audio isn't too bad over here. Done ones. The ones that are finished. Need some work. Water. I need my chat pod. Chat pod. I cannot see my chat pop out. And I will have to do it like so then. Okay, go ahead and grab some water. Where do we want to start here? Good God, that's a lot of latency. Sadly, I can't get you all much closer. Don't need to look at that. Let's start with the blacks. So I'm doing a very standard style by the books. I have done more advanced painting before. However, I particularly wanted a Goths army this time. I like their aesthetic, I like their things. Personally, I'm a Bad Moons fan. I also enjoy Death Scrolls. I would enjoy Death Scrolls for their mechanics. However, considering I'm going to into a... I suppose that would be still better for Bad Moons, but I'm going in for a very melee-oriented army. I do plan in the future to build a Bad Moons mechanical army. But as you can see, I've already gone with my main centerpiece, my Death Dread. That's a little harsh, I'm going to turn it down. My Death Dread. I say Death Skulls. Unfortunately, my leg gear popped off. And I haven't installed the arms yet, but I've found out something clever I plan to do, which is magnets. Plan to put some tiny, small magnets right here in these holes. And this is where the weapon system goes, and this will let me switch out on both sides. Our weapon systems and where they will be held. Oh, I guess we'll get started. And set him to the side. And grab our black paint. It's not going to work, so we're going to do this the old-fashioned way. I will claim I'm no guru when it comes to painting. However, I find it quite relaxing. It helps my ADHD a lot. I already got black paint on myself. There we go. Start with the white layer black for the areas that will need it. I plan to go for I like my metallics a lot. You can't tell from this, which is one of my completed boys. I like my metallics quite a bit. I'm a little trouble focusing there, but I like my metallics quite a bit. In fact, I love my metallics. I love having a shiny army. I love having glitter and gold and bright, pretty colors. It's my bread and butter. I'll get into lots and lots of that later. For now, don't worry about our flats, our blacks and such. Now, from here going on forward, I made the smart decision of not assembling them first. But these ones all were assembled first, and as much of the pain as it is to deal with, it does make for a more visually appealing painting process. I might adjust our camera a little bit. This is my first time doing this stream. Not painting, of course. I've done that before. No, it's just a painting gesture. So, this is a bit of a learning process, and unfortunately, the thing I have holding you all up here is, well, it's not a selfie stick. So, also you can see I have two cameras. I have one up here. You all can see me here. I know my face is a little bit blurred out. Hi there. And you have our one up here, which is painting screen. This one is quite high up. It's probably as high as my lamp is. And it also has a light ring, which is very nice. However, the issue with that comes with, well, I can't use the light ring. Not to mention, it's designed to hold a phone, not my camera. So it's very finagle in there, and it's incredibly fragile. If I was to tap you all too much, you probably would fall down here and smash whatever sounds you're below. Or worse, fall into the paint, which is precariously below you all, which I will no longer have there. Anywho, the point is, I put my finger in the fucking paint. Damn it. Ew, paint booger. Bleh. Well, we'll use a little more of that. I will move you all in a minute after this is all dealt with. I'm also a very thick painter. I know it's typically not great to do thick layers. However, I like the looks of them. And I find it very pleasant. Paint off of my damn hand. So something I probably don't want to leave next to my wrist is a knife blade. This is a disorganized mess that I have not used in quite a while, if you have not guessed already. awkward spots for me, especially one that's already on the stand. Watch. Now, nobody's ever really going to see down here, but I am a perfectionist nonetheless. I'm also a massive fan of dry brushing, especially with my nails. I love so much because they do a great work. Let's get you all down a bit. Alright, I'm going to try something a little goofy. That's a bit blurry. Hello. There you go. Not to mention you should have a bit of magnification. You can also just simply use this lower. That's still a particular carries. Spot. I'm going to rotate you around. Step here. Oh yes, so you always think from mine. Brush is getting a bit dry. I'm going to go ahead and go more paint. No, that's the spot I missed on the first pass. I was just trying to see these little wrinkles are filling in more as paint pools near them. This is probably going to be the last layer. And this is a little thicker than what I want. So I think I'm going to probably dilute this down. Maybe that was a bit much. I want these to be more grayish. Oh, way too much paint. So appearance about the colors I want them. I think I'm going to do a dry brush layer on these boots. Just to get that grease look. That dirty grease look. Because I'm going to go after them again. I'll probably do another layer. Anyways. All right, move on to our final layer. Go a little more watery on this one. We already got a solid black. And more want to fill in the cracks. Alright, and that'll probably be it for this one. This outfit. I think this one needs a touch up. I'm going to go over him with a very watery dark green. That would be moving in. But while I'm here, I will do one thing. You are not. This is something I will do for most metal, particularly with Orkz. This was painted by my father, who did not do the most excellent job on it. He very much just splooshed him with paint and then called it a day. He ignored a lot of the finer details that go into an orc weapon, which are the colors of your clan, and all the bits, bobs, gizmos, and stuff that just generally shouldn't work. Now it looks a little thick, but don't worry about that. That'll brush off in a moment. Now it's starting to get that more gritty. Now it feels like gritted metal. It also has that speckled pattern. If you look incredibly closely, it's not going to render. But you can see the difference between the metal, where it's shiny and where it's not shiny. This one looks a lot more matted and generally good, while this one looks very much more toilet. Alright, he'll go to the side for now. Schizo brain, bear with me. Yeah. Go next to... no. Who do I want to do next? I want you. That'll be a pretty easy one to paint. Lots of surface area cover. Well, I appreciate how easy plastic minis are to paint once they've been primed. I'll say one of the annoying things is a lot of their seams. They have a lot more seams. Plastic flat look makes it harder to determine what's what on them. Now, normally I like to paint my orcs one at a time. However, it was suggested that I go for multiple. Basically hit up everyone with one color that needs it at once. And do touch-up jobs at the end. So that's what I shall do. Alright. Oh, fuck. That's a lot of paint. So, that's what you don't want to do, because this leads to horrible mistakes like I just made. You get far too much paint and it wants to spread out all willy-nilly. I'm going to try and put a boo-boo fix on it. Which did kind of work, but isn't the best. No. Will it matter in the end? No. These are my infantrymen. These guys are probably going to eat shit and die before any of my other mains. Damn, look at that ass. He's caked up. Yeah, that dumpy. across my desk. Very inconsistent in spots. Going to loosen it up. Tiny bit of water. Watching this in post very night. I'm probably going to be trying to do this every week or so. Oh, I just accidentally stuck my thing up my nose. That's far too much. Dropped it. So hopefully I can get pink on that. Dead. Bit thicker now. My hand is getting a bit shaky. Popping my body. I don't have a very good body. Oh, that's something you have to watch out for, not to get impatient. It's very easy to do when you're doing this. Luckily, my ADHD brain is kept busy by talking and ranting as I paint. So, why I want to go for a Goths one specifically, it's more than just running a melee army. I also want to run an army with of course the big man himself, Galazgo Maga Urthraka at the head. Well, due to keywords and the way they work, his best position is the head of a Goth. I do plan to do a undivided WOG at some point. In fact, I have several Orkz armies I'd like to make. However, I do not have the time. Alexa, stop. do not have the financial means to host them. I want to make an orc corn army led by Tuska Demon Killer. I have a Bad Moons army led by, oh no, a character I have made who has a whole story written behind him that's actually fairly in-depth, called Gib Gab Zappa. Neck boss. Originally, the Goths, the Death Slayers, the Goths, serving under Gazma. He is sent out on a mission to assist a war boss in hunting down Anger. This is right after everyone thought Angron had killed Yard. Gib Gabs had sent all his forces out across the galaxy. Every corner. Try and hunt down Angron. So he could send his log. Not just a log, a unit. Gazgo's log. Specifically beat the snot out of him. One of them he was going after was the Silver Templars. Gib Gabs had always had an obsession with humans. He loved human tech. He loved watching enemies fight. He loved watching where they play battle tactics. He had a little bit of what actually doing. So he follows this wad all the way out to Novarus, or whatever the system's called, the Novarus system. And here, the wad he's part of is led by an orc named Grognak the Immortal. This thought. All but unkillable. Because he has a special weird voice sent by Gazgul himself who follows him around. He's another character. Cool. Written this in the story. Anyways. I got distracted taking my stuff. So. They arrive here, they begin setting up. They've been harassing the sector. Now, Novarus has two moons, Iona Prime and Iona Minor. So, nobody knows how, but Grognak got his hands on a Void Torpedo. Not a Void Torpedo, a Cyclone Torpedo? Big fuck off torpedo. Base torpedo that would basically wipe out Novarus if it hit it. And rather than doing his job, what they were sent for to do, which was to go look for Angron and chase down the Silver Templars because they're a Space Marine chapter, which means that they usually know where the action's at. And following them might lead them to Angron. Grognak gets bored and decides to start fighting the Silver Templars instead of following them and stalking them like they're supposed to. Well, he gets his butt handed to him because they're Space Marines and he wasn't sent with a fighting force. He was sent with an expeditionary force. Of course, they're orcs, so they breed like bloody rats. And they can build a fighting force fast. Well, Grognak challenged him 2-3 times. He was never killed. Well, he was thought killed after the first one, after he was tricked into tearing his own head off. However, he was quickly put back together by the Weird Boys. Not the Weird Boys, the Pain Boys. And the Pain Boys... Then Grognak showed back up after the Pain Boys put him back together. And showed up later on to fight them again at a base on a desert world in the system. And from that base, he ended up crippling one of their dreadnoughts. One of the Silver Templars' dreadnoughts. Well, long story short, he goes into the shadows for a while and he's sitting around on Iona Minor until he starts to arm his torpedoes. So, of course, the Silver Templars detect, hey, there's a big fuck-off bomb about to go off on our moon and kill us all. So they rush up there to try and stop Grognak. Well, they kinda do. They manage to goad him into detonating the bomb. Well, they goad him in the fight, but rather to prove his mortality, he decides to detonate the bomb on himself. And, well, it didn't go well. Anyways, from there, took off, Jibgaps, who had been following him around and murking his mech boys. Personal mech boss in this entire time. So, Grognak's presumed dead, Jibgaps gets away, Silver Templars thinks everything's fine and dandy. Till, lo and behold, they get reports from Latenight, which is a desert world. I believe it's a desert. No, it's not a desert. It is a desert world in the system. That I apologize for the noise. My air conditioner is going off right outside my window. Jibgaps have started his own block, because you know what? Orcs like to fight. What they don't like is being blown into smithereens without getting a fight. So when Jibgaps flood the scene, he took a bunch of the Orc boys with him. Some of them broke off on their own to be of their own war bands, whatever. When the Templars get here, shocking turn, they capture him. They now have this mech boss, who's basically number 2 honcho on the block when it came to the Immortals Wall, Grognak's Immortals Wall. So they're trying to interrogate him, find out where Grognak is, and make sure Grognak's dead. They don't want him popping up again. Well, we don't know. In fact, he was going off on his own because he wanted to complete the original. Oh, there you all go. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get this locked in place. I apologize for that. Anyway. Capture Jibgaps. And he says, well, our original tells him what the original plan is. We were coming here to stop you all. We think Spiky boys, calling Indy are going to come after you, might come after you, come near you, and you will lead us to them, and you can go there and kill them. So the Templars don't buy it. So they interrogate him some more. Eventually they find out he's telling the truth. And he says, look, I don't got enough boys to take on anyone now. Now that Grognak's gone, I don't have the forces to do it. And he proposes with this. Angron shows up, we'll go fight. Until then, I'll feed you locations of how it works. You all to go take them out. This goes on for a while while Jibgaps is locked in a cell, slowly dying with Orkz too, and they're not fighting. Till one day, lo and behold, look who pops up in the system. Not Angron, but the World Eaters. The World Eaters being the World Eaters immediately start a blitz. Right towards Mobiles. Aiming to wipe out the sun and kill him. After a long battle with the fleet. Oh, and by the way, as their fleet showed off, there also happened to be a fleet of Orkz trying to crack Novaris in half with a siege breaker. After a long three-way battle, the Silver Templars with minimal casualties managed to use their planetary defenses combined with their fleet and a couple of assistance fleets, both the Mechanicus and a Watch Fortress on the air now. Take down both fleets. And they're like, holy shit, World Eaters are actually here. Oh god. Well, some of the World Eaters ended up making it planet side. And so did some of the Orkz, because they're Orkz. Just because their ships exploded doesn't mean they aren't going to survive. They're going to still come hurtling down any way they can to the surface looking for a fight. So, both end up on the surface. And now Novaris is in a sticky situation. Now, Gib-Gabs has been watching this entire time fight, time and time again, against these impossible odds. That would even be a tough fight for an Orc, not that he'd back down. But it'd still be a hard fight. Real good scrape to get stuck into the poison. So he slowly over time starts to admire these Silver Templars, seeing them as the orkiest humans he'd ever seen. They sort of stuck right in the fight and wouldn't back out for no one. So, eventually it got to the point where the Silver Templars just couldn't handle it anymore. Now, Gib-Gab's log on Danagas had not been wiped out. This was just something the Silver Templars had never gotten around to doing, as they posed no real threat. They hadn't been harassing the PDF, they were mostly fighting amongst themselves, getting bigger and stronger. No point fighting little humans who ain't gonna put up much of a fight back. Anyways, Gib-Gabs then takes. So they can make it big steel. He says, listen, you can't fight off both these wars. There just simply isn't a way. I can offer you a deal. Give Gabs is still more. He's not the sharpest one, but he is cunning. And he does know how to talk. So, he says, listen, you let me out of here, I'll go out there and beat the snot out of the village. I will crush, give me some resources, some time to rebuild myself a new suit, some armor, Daka. I will go out there and I will conquer that log and attack anyone of our city. I will then take that log and beat whatever living snot out of the villagers. We will then leave and we will fight and fight over. Well, a lot of options, resources, favors, Templars reluctantly agree. They absolutely claim Devil Cross he gets here. They see him as a means to an end. They let him go for a little while. He goes out there, softens up a threat they can't beat. Kill him. They lent him some bare scrap materials, some trash, and tell him to go nuts and build himself a new set of armor in an old base far away. Well, his base had some more than he thought, so he ends up building it himself. He's a big guy before, he's big work. He wasn't, however, in Neganon and get any kind of armor, really heavy armor. He just wore heavy armor and had a lot of gun strapping. He was very much a glass cannon. In fact, later on, we can give you an example of a cannon after his first encounter with the Templars. He removed his arm when he started building respect for them. He replaced it with the arm of a cannon of elite Russ. No, it was an auto cannon done. Anyways. Oh, he ends up stealing all the scrap, and he builds himself the biggest, meanest suit of Giganob armor you've ever seen. Not just mega, Giganob. Now I'm talking this thing decked to the teeth. Thick armor. Some of it's there on the high grade equipment behind. Anything and everything you could imagine he had strapped on. So, he has this massive suit of armor. Calls in his boys, tells them to get ready for a fight. The Templars go to soften up the Orkz. Massive fight occurred. And Templars end up. So, I believe I should note, the invading Orkz, turns out they brought with them the materials to build a Mega Guardian, which is basically an Emperor class Titan. This thing towers mountains. I'm talking. So, what does Gib-Gab say? You break into that thing, crush it. I'll steal it for myself, bring it in there, and use them against it. Take the rest of the log, and my boys I have with me, and equal crush them. So they do that. They split off into two teams. A strike team, and a stealth strike team, following the Silver Templar State Company in a full frontal assault with the rest of the Templars. Damn it. just drop my paintbrush. Big old massive battle ensues. Lots of fighting, shooting, and stabbing. For eventually, Templars break into the base. Or the strike team breaks into the Mega Guardian. And they manage to clear it all out. Now, Gib Gabs had gone off, hired some freebooters to help. He pulled out all the stops for them. He traded some of the shiniest gubbins for that. Once he left the Gothland, he became a bad bones, and so did his entire following. So, they were making all kinds of shiny bits, growing lots of teeth. We had to stop out of them. So, they're fighting out there, and they get it. Then, all of a sudden, bam, comes this massive orc into the main lines of the Silver Templar. The war boss of them, who planned to observe. Gib Gabs, he planned to observe. Grognax, who was shown back up at a certain point. And the Templars as well. Considering at this point he didn't see them before he was in a fight, so they didn't have to hang around. So, yeah. Gabs, out of nowhere, hurtling down from one. Gib Gabs Zappa, immediately got him. And he breathes in, and he begins decking it out with this war boss. The Silver Templars are shooting orcs left and right. Gib Gabs, the other orc, everyone, they're just nailing them all. Well, these two orcs wrestling out. They were fully expecting Gib Gabs to work out with this. They just put him in there, beat him, soften him up, and they were going to kill him. Gib Gabs wins. Oh boy, does he look terrified. But, doesn't look across him. Why? They're the best fighting he's ever had seen. Why did he want to wipe him out? Fight. He can fight again one day. So, at this point, he idolized the Silver Templars. He worships the ground they walk on. He's crudely adopted their religion of the God Emperor. And he has gone full hog wild into this. So, throughout this earlier, in this fight when the Warriors first landed, they brought with them exalted bloodthirst from Khorne's generals. Oh, the battle comes out. Man, it's a whole other story for another day. This battle happens. The entire chapter getting serious casualties. Gib Gabs was present, but he wasn't the main function of it. He was mostly there, and he fought off a few generals. But after this, he made good on his word, and he left and became a freebooter. And he adopted Gib Gabs Zappa, the Templar. And he said he's going to be a spacey marine. Ooh, I love this guy. All covered in scars, like Rambo. A spacey one. So he's now a freebooter. So, what's he gonna do? Sails off for the heavens. Off to find Angeron like he's supposed to. Thus ends the tale of Gib Gabs Zappa. Now, this sounds a bit main character-y. Yeah, I understand that. However, this was written for a server I'm in, where we do a lot of server we do a lot of Scary Mods error, and we had Silver Templars. We did a whole campaign focused on Angron and Orkz, Warriors and Orkz, and that's where Gib Gabs came in to be. That's in that campaign. So most of the Silver Templars were players, and they made the choice to work with Gib Gabs. I didn't actually intend for them to. Well, I kind of wanted them to, but I always never thought they would. But when it came down to it, they decided it was a good idea. That was their best bet for survival. But yeah, it was a fun campaign. And everyone ended up loving Gib Gabs by the end. He was one of the favorite characters in the entire series. Even though he was originally a one-off character for a mech boss for an event. Alright. I think that, you know, I'll save my knowledge for the end. I'll say that'll cut it for the end. So. I'm going to call this stream. 2 glass. Anyway, those of you who were here for this, I want to give you my thanks. Or if you're watching this in streams, I'm going to be doing this probably for the next week until I finish this set of boys, then I might move on to something else. Let me get this out of the way. Look at it more. So you have this in the way. So I'm probably going to be doing this for a few more days throughout this week. Of course, these will all be going live to the channel. We'll be live to the channel, as well as hopefully being fairly enjoyable to watch post. I go for a very soft-spoken approach. It also is late at night, and I don't want to get crucified. But I hope you all enjoyed watching this. I tried my best to give you good commentary and speak about what I was doing